This is Candor Talk. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get right into the show. But before we get into the show, don't forget to check out our website, sylviaexpress.com.
What's up, fabulous people? Okay, I'm back. Trial was so long. There's so many weeks. And then I got sick this weekend, so I couldn't do the show. So I'm doing a makeup show. So this is definitely not my regularly scheduled time to be doing anything, but I really feel like I need to do a makeup show. And if my voice sounds a little bit off, just because I'm still sick, but I'm like, nope, I'm going to come talk. And honestly, I do miss you guys. And I really do. Okay, so let me just get into it. Okay, Trump literally fired Michael Cohen on live TV. He said this.
President Michael Cohen might flip.
Look, I did nothing wrong. You have to understand. Yeah, this stuff would have come out a long time ago. I did nothing wrong.
Is
I don't do anything wrong.
Your friend?
It's really nice.
Is he still your friend?
I always liked Michael. I haven't spoken to Michael in a long time.
Is he still your lawyer?
No, he's not my lawyer, but anymore.
Your personal lawyer, and not
But
anymore.
I always liked Michael.
Are you?
And he's a good person.
Are you
and I think he's been. Excuse me. Do you mind if I talk?
I just want to know if you're worried.
asking me a question. I'm trying to ask.
Just want to know if you're worried if he's going to cooperate with federal investigators.
No, I'm not worried because I did nothing wrong.
Got it.
Nothing wrong.
Okay.
Oh, he's a lying, slithering snake. He knows he did stuff wrong. But anyway, he says he hasn't spoken to him in a long time, talking about Michael Cohen. But Cohen still holds himself out as Trump's personal lawyer. So according to Cohen, he still works for Trump. Well, he did until Trump basically fired him on national TV. But as recently as today, Cohen has on his Twitter that he's the personal attorney to Trump. He even retweeted a Dalai Lama tweet from June 8th, 2018, and he still has himself as the attorney for Trump. So when exactly did he cease being the attorney for Trump? It seems like he just got fired a few days ago. And oh boy, with news he's considering flipping and now he's out of a job, you have to wonder if Trump is politically suicidal. I'm unsure why people haven't called Trump out for this. Exactly when did he cease being your lawyer, and did you tell him that until that press conference? Now look at this. You have a vulnerable man who doesn't have any real legal skills, will lose his law license, is hemorrhaging cash paying lawyers, he's staring down the possibility of serious prison time, he feels isolated, and then Trump, the imposter of all imposters, goes on TV and fires him. That's what he did. That was a firing right there. I mean, look, you guys, you might look at it and say this is just another day. Good old USA run by an imposter and the spineless Republicans, but this is abnormal. He just gets on TV and is like, he's no longer my lawyer. He's no longer my lawyer. Since when? And as I said before, Michael Cohen is always somewhere. He can't seem to keep himself out of trouble. But recently, he sent a desperate SOS message to Trump. Trump, who has become the pardon auctioneer. Literally, Trump is out here like, yeah, you got a pardon, you want a pardon, you want a pardon. Hey, who wants a pardon, you want a pardon, 10,000 for the pardon, you want the pardon up there, with the pardon up, they get their hand up to the pardon. I mean, like, literally, like, he's just like throwing out pardons to every single person. Like, you could bid for a pardon right now. You get it. It's unbelievable. But anyway, so Cohen throws out this SOS to Trump, basically saying, I need help right now. And the problem for Cohen is that even if Trump were to give him a pardon, that doesn't really help him. First, as previously stated, that doesn't insulate him from state crimes. Given the current pardon auctions, because that's what it is. It's pardon auctions. You want a pardon, you want a pardon. Hey, get a pardon, get a pardon. But that's basically what it is. And I doubt that after these current pardon auctions, any federal prosecutor worth a nickel would charge Cohen for every crime right now. And with his co-conspirators copying a plea in New York State court, it signals that the prosecutors in state and federal court are miles ahead of everyone else. Therefore, the likelihood that Cohen faces state charges is high, and a pardon from a federal president, basically, is not going to help you. And Cohen's SOS message also went on deaf ears, because Trump made it perfectly clear to Cohen, you are no longer welcome. That press conference was to tell you, Cohen, you are no longer welcome. So you need to wake up. Because what Cohen needs right now is money to defend, or he's cooperating. And the thing is, Trump will know you until you ask him for money. Trump will be like, hey, are you hanging in there? Cohen will be like, yeah, boss, except I have a money problem. Next thing you know, Cohen will hear a dial tone. He'll be like, boss, are you there, boss? And knowing Cohen, he'll still hear the dial tone. He'll still be like, hello, are you there? Hello? Hold on, guys. I think he's still there. Hello? Hello? I mean, he's such an idiot, but anyway, nevertheless, it's so hard not to crack on these people. Okay, so anyway, Trump will let Cohen rot if it boils down to having to pay for his legal fees, which will be in the millions by the time the case concludes. Cohen can't afford his defense, and Trump is too busy stealing our money to even care. And to think about it, you have to understand what these lawyer fees are amounting to. You're talking about some of these lawyers are literally over $1,000 per hour, okay? And I'm an attorney and I don't charge that much per hour, but I'm telling you, I know many lawyers who charge over $1,000 per hour, okay? So you have to think about it. He has document review where they have over 3 million something documents where they have to go through those documents and all the recordings and everything else. Do you understand? And you have 15 lawyers that are working on it. The lowest amount any particular attorney is making is $750 an hour. He's already in the millions. So right now what he needs is money. Right? He needs money, and there's no way that sticky hand imposter in the White House is going to be helping Cohen with his legal fees. So listen to this. If you hear that Cohen is being offered a deal, he has to be giving up something substantial. They have him cold, okay? They have him. So, therefore, if he's truly being advised that cooperation is in his best interest, then he's giving up a Trump. That means Ivanka, Jared, fredo-jr, Fredo the Third. He's giving up one of them. Because there's absolutely no way he gets a deal otherwise. So if you hear that Cohen is cooperating, then he's giving up the Trumps. And then we have the Manafort situation. Oh boy. They sent Manafort to jail. I was telling people he was going to jail. People were telling me there's no way he's going to jail. He went to jail. Here it is.
Chris, this information is just coming out right now. Minutes ago, former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort was ordered to jail over witness tampering. This as he waits to stand trial in the Mueller investigation. Manafort arrived at federal court in Washington, D.C. this morning. He is the first Trump campaign official jailed as part of the special counsel's investigation. His attorneys have said Manafort did nothing wrong.
Oh, boy. Listen to this. He's now inmate 45343. Literally, he's inmate 45343. He's eating fried corn, rotten green beans, mashed potatoes with roaches running around, and an extra pack of sweetener for the tea with no lemon. I mean, talk about a contrast. He went from $7,000 suits and $1,000 ties to a Walmart jumpsuit. From $5,000 shoes to Payless discount boots. Okay? He went from caviar to canned soup that nobody's even heard of. Talk about a contrast. He likes the nice living. He has only a few options. You're either going to continue to eat those canned beans that nobody, or canned food that nobody has ever heard of. You're going to be wearing the Payless discount boots. Because I mean, you're not even getting the Payless regular price boots. You're getting the discount rack boots or something equivalent when you go to jail. Okay? So, he can either continue to live that new lifestyle that he has, or, which will result in him dying in prison under that new lifestyle. He can cooperate or he can commit suicide, and I hate saying that last part, but it's the truth. Those are his three options. And you can talk about a pardon, that's not going to save him. A pardon does not save Manafort. Do you think they can't get him on state crimes? They'll get him in Maryland, they'll get him in D.C. These are his three options. Trump can pardon him, good luck, but I don't see that happening because Trump is running scared after that. And then we have another one, Roger Stone. Also, busted. Here's what happened.
I did not recall it at the time. I wouldn't call it an excuse until the Office of Special Counsel raised this question with Mr. Caputo in a memory. I had no memory of this. It was an innocuous exchange. This guy shows up wearing a MAGA hat and a Trump T-shirt. He makes this offer. I decline. Nothing inappropriate happened here, and I have now refreshed my memory and informed the committee.
Oh, good for you. You just refresh your memory. Okay, look, how the hell do you forget you spoke with Russians? And this Russian wanted $2 million. That's implausible. Knowing all this stuff, I mean, unless you were in an incubator somewhere, you know what's been going on, and Russia has been everywhere. How in the hell did you forget that? Anyway, he's in deep shit. And if you think he won't sing like Patti LaBelle if he's facing prison time after Manafort went to jail, you don't know Roger Stone. Roger Stone will be confessing every sin he ever committed before he even came out the womb. He'd be like, in the womb, okay? In the womb, I thought about. I've been telling you, like, he will tell every terrible thing he even thought about doing. Not things he actually did, even to every terrible thing he thought about. He'd be the type to be crying the whole time, too. He'd be there crying and crying and crying. I'm telling you, Roger Stone, all this tough guy stuff you see from these people, I am telling you, this is no games anymore. None of this is funny. He'd be in there crying. He'd be like, I need a priest in a confessional. I'm telling you, if it meant no jail time, he would get a priest in a confessional. Roger Stone is not a tough guy, okay? So Trump, you might want to start telling people that you only met Roger once and very briefly. Otherwise, he might help facilitate your downfall. And then we got the AG suing Trump. The AG is suing the Trump organization is substantial. I mean, does this imposter have the ability to go like 1 week without getting sued by somebody somewhere? However, more importantly, this is a lawsuit he can't stop. This is a lawsuit that found criminal activity and forwarded to the DOJ, then sued them civilly so that Trump would have no grounds to refuse to testify or be deposed. It's not a criminal matter. Now, arguably, he could argue that because of the referrals and allegations of criminality, he will invoke his Fifth Amendment, but he's going to have to show up and answer some questions. And that's not something he can get around. That is a fact. He's getting legally outmaneuvered. He's going against an entire system, and he has pancake-strength lawyers. Literally pancake. Giuliani is no longer a lawyer or a legal scholar. He's one flew over the cuckoo's nest. This is a guy that is deranged. Trump's other lawyers, they seem to be in hiding too. And I'm telling you, it might be time to go and start calling missing persons. Like, hello, there's been a lawyer that was allegedly supposed to be working with Donald Trump. He has not been seen in weeks. Because they thought it was this new lawyer that came on board, but nobody's seen this guy ever since, okay? And I'm telling you, major law firms are finding arbitrary reasons to decline to represent Trump. Lawyers are like, oh gosh, if I'm not mistaken, I think my niece's best friend's cousin on the third side of the further away from the family, she waved hi to Trump one day. I feel like it's a conflict. I feel like that waving is a conflict. Sorry, I can't take the case. Lawyers are coming up with all kinds of excuses to not have to take this case. So the question honestly should be for everybody is like, what's next for Trump? Is it impeachment? Is it the 25th Amendment? Is it resignation? I mean, the NK Summit didn't help him change the narrative. No one is praising Trump anymore. He looks weak and pathetic for praising a dictator. Now, the thing is now, what people are focused on, what's paramount, are his legal problems and something else that I'm going to talk about after the break. And that's all that's being discussed. I just can't see him sustaining this level of pressure, legal pressure, criminality that's overshadowing every single thing that's going on in his administration. I can't imagine him sustaining this for 2.5 more years. It's unsustainable and implausible. I'll be right back.
Make a dawn in this.
Drop that bomb buckler.
I'm feeling like $1 million. Cutting up just for the money. We like nip and tuck. Jet like Benny from the Sandlot. Cost 50,000 for my Hancock. Ah, baby. Riding to the top. Driving haters crazy. Never gonna stop. I'm feeling like $1 million. Cutting up just for the money, we like nip and tuck. Wristwatch, tip top, pockets on a milli. Give a toast to all my people, we like dilly. Pilot boys staying fly, Super Bowl like Philly. When they ask me if I'm fly, I'm like really. 3 steps ahead, staying on the move. Don't listen to the gossip, it's barely ever true. Don't matter what you say, just matters what you do.
Okay, fabulous people, I'm going to talk about something that's really bothering me, and I feel like it's time to get into it. Sarah Sanders might be the most despicable person after the imposter to walk the face of the earth. Her inhumanity makes her an asset for Trump and a liability for the rest of us. It must be noted, we are paying for this monstrosity of a press secretary. However, her depravity reached a new height the other day when she was asked about the barbaric separation of children from their parents at the border. And she said this. Here it is.
Where does it say in the Bible that it's moral to take children away from their mothers?
I'm not aware of the Attorney General's comments or what he would be referencing. I can say that it is very biblical to enforce the law. That is actually repeated a number of times throughout the Bible.
However, look, she didn't go unchecked. There was a courageous reporter from CBS, and he had just had enough. And here's what he said.
Jill.
Don't you have any empathy?
Jill, go ahead.
Come on, Sarah. You're a parent. Don't you have any empathy for what these people are going through? They have less than
Brian,
you do.
guys,
Sarah, come on.
settle down.
Seriously.
I'm trying to be serious, but I'm not going to have you yell out of turn. Jill, please
it's
call.
It's a law, and they have, these people have nothing.
Hey, Brian, I know you want to get some more TV time, but that's not what this is about. If I want to recognize you, go ahead, Jill.
Honestly, answer the question. It's a serious question. These people have nothing. They come to the border with nothing, and you throw children in cages. You're a parent. You're a parent of young children. Don't you have any empathy for what they go through?
Jill, go.
Now, for those of you that support this barbaric practice because you claim to be for law and order, then I presume that you believe that Trump should no longer be president as he's the biggest abuser of law and order. Furthermore, there is no law that requires separation from children at the border. It's a policy made up by the Keebler elf who poses as the Attorney General. Therefore, what law is it that you are arguing must be protected and adhered to? Is it the non-existent law you keep referring to? I don't pretend to be a biblical scholar, and I can't argue about what's biblical. However, I can argue about what's moral. Throughout history, we have had laws that supported racism, segregation, inequality, and discrimination. According to the inhumane Sarah-Sanders, those laws were biblical. But laws change, and what was deemed legal yesterday isn't always legal tomorrow. So even if we presumed it was the law, how could we support this immorality? Nevertheless, what remains constant and consistent is what is right. What is right is not relative. It's not arbitrary or capricious. There can never be grounds to separate children, traumatize children and families, simply because they crossed the border illegally. What was the crime the kids committed? They're just doing what the adults they trust told them to do. And even if you argue it's criminal, why separate the children from their parents? Why not keep them together? You could do that, but you don't want to. In addition, these kids are being put in what is considered a camp. They have tinfoil blankets. It's similar to what we did to the Japanese. You can argue that the conditions aren't as harsh, but these kids have 40 square feet of space and are in a system that's like a prison. This behavior is inhumane, barbaric, brutal, and primitive. So when Sarah Sanders, who remains a soulless, demonic enabler of a tyrant, says that it's biblical, which Bible is she referring to? Because whatever Bible that is, I can assure you, no Christian in this world has ever read it. Finally, we can take comfort in the fact that even Fox News slipped up and called Trump a dictator, because this conduct is synonymous with tyranny.
Regardless of what happens in that meeting between the two dictators.
All right, fabulous people, that does it for me. I'm trying to keep these shows short, under 20 minutes if I can, because I have all this work to do, and it's just so hard to get all this stuff together. But anyway, nevertheless, thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying with me. And if the show you were looking for the other weeks, I sincerely apologize, but man, trial is exhausting. Okay, and another thing too, SylviaExpress.com, I am going to be posting the Trump regrets. I will be posting them now. I have them gathered, but just been sick, and I'm still sick, but I'm going to get over that sickness. And so don't forget to sign up for SylviaExpress.com. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel too. And I also put out another video on the Not Normal series, and I'm going to continue to put out videos because the imposter in the White House is not normal. And that's it for me, guys. I will be back on Saturday. Have a good week. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.